Hello students, so in today's class we are going to learn about equations reducible to a pair of linear equations in two variables. What does it mean? So far we are dealing with the pair of linear equations in two variables directly. But in this topic we are going to see few examples and few problems where the question actually or the equations won't actually look like a linear equation in two variables. But what are we going to do? We are going to reduce it to a linear equation by making suitable substitutions there. And after making it as a pair of linear equation, we will adopt our usual methods of solving like substitution method or elimination method. And after arriving at the solution, again we will resubstitute it and we will obtain the required answer. Right? So when we solve problems, you will get a better clarity. Now let us move on to the first question in exercise 3.6. The two equations are 1 by 2x plus 1 by 3y equals to 2 and 1 by 3x plus 1 by 2y equals to 13 by 6. These are the pair of linear equations given in the question. But these are not linear equations, right? So we cannot solve it directly either by elimination method or substitution method. So what are we going to do? First step, we are going to make a suitable substitution there. So whenever you have a problem like this, what you should do is you assume this 1 by x as some other variable, p, q or a, b, as you wish. You can assume some other variable. So here I am assuming this 1 by x as p and 1 by y as q, right? Let 1 by x be p and 1 by y be q. So how these two equations will transform now? 1 by 2 will retain as such, only 1 by x we have assumed it as p. So 1 by 2 into p plus 1 by 3 into q equals to 2. Alright. Similarly here 1 by 3 into 1 by 6. How can you read this? 1 by 3 into 1 by 6, right? So this 1 by 3 will stay as such. In this 1 by 6, 1 by x we have taken it as p plus 1 by 2 into y equals to 13 by 6. Now if you see these two equations, the coefficients can be any fraction. It doesn't matter, right? We are bothered about only the variables. Now these two are linear equations in the variable p and q. Right, pair of linear equations we got in p and q. Now we know how to solve these two equations, right? How will you solve these two equations? Either you can go by substitution method or elimination method. But elimination method is the most commonly used method rather than substitution. So how will you eliminate one variable here? What is the general procedure? What we will do? We will analyze the coefficients of the variable. First we will fix up one variable and then we will analyze the coefficients of that particular variable in both the equations and we will try to make it same by either multiplying or dividing. And then we will add those two equations or subtract those two equations to eliminate one variable. This is the general procedure we will use. The same thing we are going to adopt here, right? Here I am going to fix the variable p, right? It is not necessary you have to take p, you can take q also. But we know how to make it as the same variable here, same coefficient. Here the coefficient is 1 by 2 and here the coefficient is 1 by 3. How can you make the coefficient 1 by 2 as 1 by 3 or 1 by 3 as 1 by 2? Either you can multiply. What we will do? We will multiply this first equation by 1 by 3 and the second equation by 1 by 2. Likewise only we will do, right? We will multiply the coefficient of p in the first equation by the second equation and this coefficient we will multiply it here, right? Then we will get the same coefficient and then you can go with the elimination method. Or else here what are we going to do is instead of multiplying by 1 by 3 and 1 by 2, what are we going to do? I have multiplied entirely the first equation by 2. Upon what will happen? This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled and we will get the coefficient of p as 1. Similarly, here if we multiply the entire equation by 3, 3 and 3 will get cancelled and we will get the coefficient as 1. Right? Anyhow, we arrived at the same coefficient in both the equations. So, any number you can multiply or divide, but you have to do it throughout the equation, both left hand side and right hand side. Then only the value of the equation won't change, right? So what we did here, I multiplied by 2 entirely the third equation. So what will happen? 2 by 2 into P plus 2 by 3 into Q equals to 2 2s are 4. Similarly here, I multiplied the entire equation by 3. So 3 by 3 into P plus 3 by 2 into Q equals to 3 into 13 is 39 divided by 6. I told this point already in the previous classes. When you are multiplying a whole number by a fraction, that number should be multiplied only to the numerator, not twice, one time to the numerator and the other time to the denominator, remember. So 3 into 13 is 39 by 6. Now 2 will get cancelled, so we will get the coefficient of P as 1. Similarly here also coefficient of P is 1. Now either add or subtract. Here both are of the same sign, so we cannot add. If we add, the variable won't get eliminated. So subtract it. If we subtract, what we will do? We will change the sign of the second equation. If we change, what will happen? This variable P will get eliminated. And here 2 by 3 minus 3 by 2 into Q, which is equals to 4 minus 39 by 6. Then subtract it by taking LCM. You know how to take LCM, right? Here 6 is the LCM. So 2 2s are 4 minus 3 3s are 9. Here 6 is the LCM. So 6 4s are 24 minus 39. 4 minus 9 is minus 5 by 6 into Q. And here minus 15 by 6. So minus minus will get cancelled. And simplify it, 6 common denominator, or else bring this 5 by 6 to the other side and then simplify it. So we arrived at the value of Q as 3. After getting the value of Q, what you should do? You substitute in any of these two equations to get the value of P. So I have substituted the value of Q in third equation. So 1 by 2 into P plus 1 by 3 into, in the place of Q, 3 equals to 2. 3 will get cancelled. If I bring this plus 1 to the other side, it will become minus 1. So 1 by 2P is equals to 1. So P is equals to, bring this 2 to the other side, 2 into 1, 2. So we got the values for the variables P and Q. But our aim is not to finding the values of P and Q. Our aim is to find the values for X and Y. X and Y is only there in our question, right? So again you have to resubstitute. This is very important point. Most of them will leave the problem with this. If you leave the problem with this, you won't get full marks, right? Because in the question the variable is X and Y. Now P is equals to, what's our assumption? 1 by X. Now we found the value of P is 2. So 2 equal to 1 by X. Therefore X is equals to, bring this X to the other side and bring this 2 to the other side. So it will become X is equals to 1 by 2. Similarly here Q is 1 by Y. So Y is equals to 1 by 3. Thus we found the values of the variable X and Y by making suitable substitution, right? Now let us see the second question. 2 by root x plus 3 by root y is equals to 2. 4 by root x minus 9 by root y is equals to minus 1. So one more thing I want to tell you, when you have a question like this, mostly you will have the same variable only in both the equations. So check it first and then take that common variable as some other variable. Assume it as a some other variable. Here 1 by root x, here is also 1 by root x. So I am going to assume 1 by root x as P and 1 by root y as Q. Now our given equation will transform it into 2P. Kindly listen properly. 2 into 1 by root x. So 1 by root x only we assumed it as P. So 2 into P plus 3 into Q is equals to 2. Here 4P minus 9Q is equals to minus 1. Now we can solve this by either elimination or by substitution. So we are going to do it by elimination. You can fix up any variable. As I told you, I am interested in a variable which has alternative sign, so that it is enough if we add both the equations. So if you check, the variable Q has alternative sign. Here it is plus and here it is minus. So I am going to fix up the variable Q. And if you check the coefficients, here it is 3, here it is 9. So try to make this 3 as 9 or 9 as 3. So how can you make this 3 as 9? By multiplying throughout by 3. So I am going to multiply third equation by 3. So 3 into third equation will imply 3 2s are 6p plus 3 3s are 9q equals to 3 2s are 6. And I am going to keep the fourth equation as such, 4p minus 9q equals to minus 1. Now it is enough if you just add, so these two will get cancelled. 10p which is equals to 6 minus 1, 5. Therefore p is equals to 5 divided by 10 which is equals to 1 by 2. So the value of p here is 1 by 2. Now substitute p is equals to 1 by 2 in third equation or fourth equation. So 2 into 1 by 2 plus 3q equals to 2. I am substituting in the third equation. 2 will get cancelled. So many will make these kinds of silly mistake also. After cancelling it, they will completely leave this term and they will move on to the next term. Here 1 is there, remember. So 1 plus 3q equals to 2. So 3q is equals to 2 minus 1 which is 1. Therefore q equals to 1 by 3. So with this shall we wind up this problem? No, you should not, because our assumption is not finding a p or q. Our problem is not finding the value of p or q. Our problem is finding the value of x and y, right? So we need to find what is x and. Now listen, 1 by root x is equals to p. So 1 by root x equals to, what is the value of p we got? 1 by 2. Now cross multiply it. 2 into 1, 2. 2 is equals to root x. We don't need the value of root x. We need the value of x. Whenever you have a question like solve means finding the value of the unknown variable. Right? That is what the meaning. Here the unknown variable is x. So under whatever operation x is there in the equation, you should find only the value of x. They didn't ask you to find the value of root x, right? So we need the value of x. If I bring the square root to the other side, what will it will become? It will become square. So the value of x is 4. Similarly, what is 1 by root y? We have assumed it as q. So 1 by root y is equals to 1 by 3. Cross multiply it. 3 equals to root y. Therefore 3 square equals to y. So this implies y equals to 9. Thus we found the values of x and y by making suitable substitutions. Right? Hope you understood. Let us move on to the next question. Let us see the third question. 4 by x plus 3y equals to 14. 3 by x minus 4y equals to 23. Now here if you analyze it properly, only 1 by x is different, but here the variable is just y only, right? So I am going to make my assumptions as 1 by x as p and y as q. You should not keep it as y, right? If you want, you can keep it as y itself, but one will be in p, another will be in y, okay? Or else make both as p and q. Now your equation will transform as 4p plus 3q equals to 14, and this will become 3p minus 4q equals to 23. Now we got our required two equations. Now you know how to solve it, right? By elimination method you can solve it as usual. After solving it, we will arrive at the answers for p and q. Once you get the value for p, you can find the value of x by reciprocating it, but the value of q will remain as the value of y, right? I am leaving this problem to you so that you can complete it, right? Now let us see how we can solve the next problem. Now let us see the next question. 5 by x minus 1 plus 1 by y minus 2 is equals to 2. Then 6 by x minus 1 minus 3 by y minus 2 equals to 1. So how are we going to make our assumptions here? 1 by x minus 1 completely. 1 by x minus 1, we are going to assume it as p. Why are we taking 1 by? Because here x minus y is in the denominator, right? Because this can be written as 5 into 1 by x minus 1. So here 1 by y minus 2 as my q, right? Because that is what there in both the equation. Now how these two equations will reduce now? 5p plus numerator it has 1 only. So it will become q equals to 2. Here 6p minus 3q equal to 1. Right? Now hope you know how to solve this problem. But after solving it, how will you arrive at your answer? Now let us see first how we can solve this. So first equation has, I am going to fix up the variable q. Here it is plus q and here it is minus 3q. So I am going to multiply entirely third equation by 3. So 3 into third equation will imply 15p plus 3q is equals to 3 2s are 6. Here 6p minus 3q equals to 1. So these two will get cancelled, right? So this will become 21p is equal to 7. So p equal to 7 by 21. 7 3s are. So p equals to 1 by 3. Kindly be careful when you get fractions like this. Blindly people will write 7 and 3. So the answer for value for p is 3 in eludivanga. So be careful. Here 21 is in the denominator. Now substitute p equal to 1 by 3 in third equation. So 5 into 1 by 3 plus q equals to 2. So 5 by 3 plus q equal to 2. So q equal to 2 minus 5 by 3. If you take LCM as 3, 6 minus 5. So which is equals to 1 by 3. So the value of q is also 1 by 3. Now after arriving the values for p and q, how will you arrive the values for x and y now? Now 1 by x minus 1 equals to p. So this implies 1 by x minus 1 equals to 1 by 3. Cross multiply 3 into 1, 3 equal to 1 into x minus 1. So 3 equal to x minus 1. Now we need the value of x, so bring this minus 1 to the other side. So 3 plus 1, so which is 4. That is x is equals to 4. Right? Similarly, what is our q? Q is 1 by y minus 2. 1 by y minus 2 equals to q. So 1 by y minus 2 equals to 1 by 3. Cross multiply it. So 3 equal to y minus 2. Bring this minus 2 to other side. 3 plus 2 equals to y. So y equals to 5. Therefore x equals to 4 and y equals to 5. Thus we arrived at the solution. So nothing different from the previous exercises what we learnt. Only difference is what you are making the initial assumption. After making an assumption, after reducing it to the actual linear form, the procedure is same. And then you have to give your conclusion by getting back to your own variables x and y. So when you have question like this, the things which you should remember or things which you should not forget is first point your assumption and the second point is your conclusion. You should not leave the answer with the assumed variable. You have to get back to your original variable and you should give your original answers. This you should not forget. Otherwise, the remaining procedures are similar to what you have learnt in the previous exercises. Right? If you see the next question, 7x minus 2y the whole divided by xy equals to 5, and here 8x plus 7y the whole divided by xy equals to 15. Now since these two are common denominators, let us make it separate. This is nothing but 7x by xy minus 2y by xy equals to 5. Am I right or not? This is a common denominator, which means this is for this term as well as for this term. So xx will get cancelled, here yy will get cancelled. So 7 by y minus 2 by x equals to 5. Always we are interested in writing the x variable first, right? So rewrite this equation by making x as your first variable. So don't forget to leave your sign. So 2 by minus 2 by x plus 7 by y equal to 5. This is your first equation, right? Similarly, rewrite your second equation. So 8x by xy plus 7y by xy equal to 15. So x will get cancelled, y will get cancelled. So 8 by y plus 7 by x equals to 15. Again, if you want, you can rewrite it. This will become 7 by x plus 8 by y equals to 15. This is your second equation. right? Now we have seen such a kind of question in the beginning of this exercise itself. So how you should make your assumptions now? Take 1 by x as p and 1 by y as q. So let 1 by x be p and 1 by y be q. So how these two equations will transform now? 1 and 2 will become, how it will become? Minus 2p, remember the sign, don't leave it, plus 7q equals to 5 is your third equation, and 7p plus 8q equals to 15 is your fourth equation, right? Once you arrive at such a kind of equation, you know how to solve it by elimination method. After finding the values of p and q, find the value of x and y by substituting in this. This is similar to our first subdivision. Only thing is, here you have to first reduce it, bring it to the form, and then take your assumption, right? Hope you can solve this problem by your own. If you see the sixth question, nothing different from the fifth and the sixth subdivision. Here they have given 6x plus 3y equal to 6xy, right? Here they have given denominator xy. So they have brought this xy to the other side. They are dividing by xy. So how can you arrive to this form, or directly you can solve this by dividing throughout by xy. If you divide throughout by xy, what will happen? If you divide it throughout by xy, divided by xy here, divided by xy, divided by xy. So xy will get cancelled, here yy will get cancelled, here xx will get cancelled. Again we will end up with the same form as the first equation, 6 by y plus 3 by x is equals to 6. Similarly you can do the second equation. So you will arrive at a common form of the equation. Then you make your assumption to reduce it into the linear pair of linear equations, right? Hope you can do it. Now let us see how to do the seventh subdivision, right? Now let us solve the seventh subdivision. Here the question is 10 by x plus y plus 2 by x minus y equals to 4. 15 by x plus y minus 5 by x minus y equal to minus 2. Now again what will be your assumption? 1 by x plus y as your p and 1 by x minus y as your q. Because that's what we have in the denominator in both the equations, right? So your equation will transform to 10p plus 2q equal to 4, 15p minus 5q equal to minus 2. Now solve the equation, and at last after finding the values of p and q, directly we cannot find x and y because it will involve one more step, because p itself involves two variables x and y, q again involves two variables x and y. So it will take another step. So let us see how we can solve it. Now see, I have solved for p and q as usual elimination method. Now after solving, let us see how we can arrive at p and q. Now what is p? P is 1 by x plus y, right? So 1 by x plus y equals to p. 1 by x plus y equals to p. The value of p, we got it as 1 by 5. So 1 by x plus y equals to 1 by 5. Cross multiply it. So 5 equals to x plus y, or x plus y equals to 5. This is your another equation. So I am naming it as 5. Similarly, 1 by x minus y equals to q, right? And we got the value of q as 1. Again, if you cross multiply it, we will get x minus y equals to 1. This is your sixth equation, right? Now, fifth and sixth, again you need to solve to get the value of x and y, because again it involves two variables. So, x plus y equals to 5, x minus y equals to 1. If you solve it, you can add. By simply adding you will get. So, 2x equals to 6. So, x is equals to 6 divided by 2. So, the value of x is 3. Now, substitute the value of x equals to 3 in fifth equation or sixth equation. So 3 plus y equals to 5. So y equal to 5 minus 3. So y equals to 2. So at last we arrived at the answers or values of x and y. Right? This how only you have to solve this kind of problem. Hope you understood. If you see the next question is also of same model as the 7th subdivision, but only thing is there simply x plus y we had here, it is 3x plus y. So when you are assuming, you should take 1 by 3x plus y as your p and 1 by 3x minus y as your q. So this will become p plus q equal to 3 by 4, and here this will become 1 by 2p minus 1 by 2q equal to minus 1 by 8. So I am leaving this problem to you. You are going to solve it, right? Now let us solve the second question statement problems. So formulate the following problems as a pair of equations and hence find their solutions. Ritu can row downstream 20 km in 2 hours and upstream 4 km in 2 hours. Find her speed of rowing in still water and the speed of the current. So our assumption from the question only we are going to assume. This is similar to the problem which we solved in the last exercise. Hope you remember. 2 cars starting from 2 different places A and B. If they travel in same direction, what it will happen if they travel in different opposite direction? Hope you remember, right? The same way. So we are going to assume here the speed of Ritu or rowing in still water as x km per hour, and the speed of stream, we are going to take it as y km per hour. Right? Let the speed in still water and speed of stream be x and y kilometer respectively. Then speed of Ritu while rowing upstream, it will be x minus y km per hour, and downstream will be x plus km per hour. Upstream is like same direction. Okay, rowing in the same direction. Downstream is like rowing in the opposite direction. You should remember. The same way we did in the previous problem. So this is x minus y km per hour. Upstream means same direction they will be rowing. Downstream means they will be rowing in the opposite direction. Right? Now how your equation will become according to the question, and we know speed into time will give you the distance covered, right? So we are going to use the same concept here. So downstream, it is downstream, so it is x plus y. The speed will be x plus y and the time taken is 2 hours and they are covering 20 km, right? On the other hand, in the upstream, so the speed will be x minus y and the distance covered is 4 km in 2 hours again, right? Now how the equations will become now? 2x plus 2y equals to 20, or else initially itself you can divide throughout by 2. So if you divide by 2, what will happen? X plus y equals to 10 is your first equation. Here also you can divide it by 2. Divide by 2, what will happen? X minus y equals to 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. This is your second equation. If you add these two equations, you will get the answer directly. If you add, what will happen? So x plus y equals to 10, x minus y equals to 2. So 2x equals to 12, x equals to 6. When you substitute x equals to 6 in the first equation, 6 plus y equals to 10, y equal to 10 minus 6, so y equals to 4. So the speed in still water is 6 km per hour and upstream is 4 km per hour. And whenever you have a questions like this statement problem, you should not stop your answer by saying x is this, y is this. You have to write in statement saying that, and hence the speed in still water is x km per hour and the speed of stream is 4 km per hour. Like that you have to give your conclusion. I am not writing here, so you should not leave with that. For every conclusion, your split up of marks will be like that. So if you don't write the proper conclusion, they will reduce appropriately marks from the problem, right? So be careful, presentation is also important. Now let us move on to the next question. Now let us solve the second question. 2 women and 5 men can together finish an embroidery work in 4 days, while 3 women and 6 men can finish it in 3 days. Find the time taken by 1 woman alone to finish the work and also that taken by 1 man alone. Such a kind of problem you will come across even in competitive exams. This kind of problems, and even the water and the pipe flowing in a tank, and one empties the tank and one other fills the tank. Such a kind of problem you can face in competitive exams, so you should know how to solve it, right? So let us see how we can solve this. See, here the question is to find the time taken by 1 woman and 1 man alone to complete the work. So our assumption should start like this. Let the number of days taken by a woman and a man to complete the work be X and Y respectively. So in X days a woman complete the work, and in Y days a man completes the work. And whenever we are talking about work, we will assume it as 1, the whole part, the whole work we will assume it as 1. So according to our assumption, in 1 woman in X days complete the work, right? This is number of women and this is number of days and this is the entire work. So in X days 1 woman complete the entire work, right? Now we wish to know in 1 day how much part of the work 1 woman will complete. So how will you do? You just reciprocate it. For X days 1 complete work. So for 1 day how much part of the work? 1 by X part of the work. Hope you understood. This how only we will do, right? If I say 10 chocolates is 5 rupees. So how much 1 chocolate is? 5 divided by 10. That's what we will do. Yes, I repeat, if I say 10 chocolates is rupees 20. This is number of chocolates and this is rupees. And how much 1 chocolate will be? We will divide 20 divided by 10. Then we will come to know how much 1 chocolate is. It will be 2 rupees, right? So the same concept here we applied. What is the concept? In X days, 1 woman completes the entire task. So in 1 day, how much work she will complete? 1 divided by X part of the work. In the same way, in 1 day, how much work a man can complete? In Y days, he completes the entire work. So in 1 day, how much part of the work he will complete? 1 by Y. Right? So in 1 day, a woman can complete 1 by X of work. Similarly, a man can complete 1 by Y of work. Now using this, let us frame our equation. What is our question? See, 2 women and 5 men can together finish an embroidery work in 4 days, right? In 4 days they are completing the entire task. So our entire task is 1. Our entire task is reached when 2 women and 5 men do together. They are in how many days? 4 days. 2 women and 5 men, if they work together for 4 days, they are completing our entire task. Our task, we are denoting it by 1. Right? So 2 women plus 5 men, if they work together on 4 days, they are completing the entire task. So we are talking about equal to 1 means we are talking about the entire work. When the entire work is reached, when 2 women work, how much work they complete in 1 day? 1 by X. plus 5 into 1 by y, they reach the entire task. I repeat, 1 by x is the work done by one woman in one day, right? 1 by x is the work done by one woman in one day. So, two women together, so 2 into 1 by x is the work done by two women in one day. Similarly, 5 into 1 by y is the work done by 5 men in one day, right? Like this, how many days they are working together? 4 days. Like this, if they work together for 4 days, they are completing the task. What is our task? Our task is, we are denoting it by 1. Yes, hope you understood. Two women, if they complete the work, plus 5 men completing 1 by y part of the work, and if they work like this together for 4 days, they are completing the entire task. Similarly, your next equation, what is your next equation? 3 women plus 6 men can finish in 3 days. 3 women plus 6 men can finish in 3 days the entire task. So, which means 3 into 1 by x plus 6 into 1 by y equals to 1. So, what is the meaning behind this? 1 by x is the work done by one woman in one day. So, 3 into 1 by x is the work done by 3 women in one day plus the work done by 6 men in one day. If they perform like this together for 3 days, they are completing the entire task. So, 3 into 1 by x plus 3 into 1 by y equals to 1, right? Now, we will resolve it and bring it to our form. So, what will happen if I simplify this? 4 into 2 by x plus 5 by y equals to 1, or 2 by x plus 5 by y equals to 1 by 4. This is what our first equation. Then what will be our second equation? 3 into 3 by x plus 6 by y equals to 1, or 3 by x plus 6 by y equals to 1 by 3. This is what our second equation. Now, after arriving these two equations, you know how to solve it. How will you solve it? By assuming 1 by x as p and 1 by y as q. You can reform this equation as 2p plus 5q equal to 1 by 4, 3p plus 6q equal to 1 by 3. Solve for p and q. After finding the values for p and q, substitute again and find what is x and y. So, x and y will denote the number of days taken by a woman and a man, right? Hope you understood, right? So, in first what we did, we found the work done by a woman, right, in one day. Work done by a woman in one day. Then we found a work done by a man in one day. Then using that we framed our equation, right? I am leaving the remaining part of the problem to you. You can complete it easily. Now see how to frame the equation for the third subdivision. Now let us see the next question. Ruhi travels 300 km to her home partly by train and partly by bus. So the entire distance is 300 km. She takes 4 hours if she travels 60 km by train and the remaining by bus. If she travels 100 km by train and the remaining by bus, she takes 10 minutes longer. Find the speed of the train and the bus separately. So we need to find the speed of the train and the bus. So let us make our assumption, like let the speed of train and bus be x and y km per hour respectively. Now we know the relation between speed, time and distance. What is it? Speed into time will give you the distance covered. Speed into time will give you the distance covered, right? But here in the question, we are talking about the time taken. So how will you find the time taken? Time taken is distance covered by speed. Time is distance by speed. So we are going to use this formula here. right? So the complete total distance, what is given in the question, total distance is going to be 300 kilometer, that is fixed. And she takes 4 hours. When she takes 4 hours, if she travels 60 kilometer by train, so 60 kilometer by train, so 60 divided by the time taken, we are going to split the entire time taken into 2. The time taken for train plus time taken for bus will give you total time, right? Time taken traveling by train plus time taken traveling through bus will give you the total time. So she reached her destination in 4 hours by traveling 60 km through train and the remaining by bus, and we know the total is 300. So what will be the remaining? 60 km she travelled through train. Appo what will be the remaining? 300 minus 60 will be 240. So 240 km she travelled through bus. So distance divided by speed. What is speed here? Here speed of train we have assumed it as x and speed of bus we have assumed it as y. Therefore 60 by x plus 240 divided by y equals to 4. This is our first equation. Right? Now what is our second equation? Now similarly what is given? If she travels 100 km by train and the remaining by bus, she takes 10 minutes longer. 100 km by train plus remaining by bus. What is the remaining? From 300 it is going to be 200 by bus, right? By train 100 km, remaining by bus. She takes 10 minutes longer than this, right? But this is in hours. Now we are talking about minutes. So convert it into hour. 10 minutes plus 4 hour. 4 hour plus 10 minutes. 4 hour how many minutes? For 1 hour it is 60 minutes. So for 4 hour 240 minutes, right? So 240 minutes plus 10. So totally it is going to be 250 minutes. Now we need to convert it into hours. So how will you convert? 250 divided by 60 hours. Right? Why are we converting into hour? Because speed is also in kilometer per hour only. So we need everything in hour. So 250 divided by 60. How we got 250 by 60? Because it is given 10 minutes longer than this. So 4 hours plus 10 minutes. For 4 hours it is 240 minutes. 240 plus 10 it is 250 minutes. Converting into hour, 1 hour 60 minutes. Therefore we are dividing it by 60. And here it is x and here it is y. Now this is what our second equation. Now we can simplify our first and the second equation to make it furthermore simple, and then we can make our assumptions. Like here we can simplify it by 0, 0 will get cancelled, and if you want you can divide throughout the numerator by a common factor, because all the numbers will have a common factor. And similarly if you want to divide entirely by a common factor numerator, you can do it. You can simplify it, get your equation and then make your assumption, like 1 by x as your p and 1 by y as your q. Then we can solve, right? So I have reduced this by dividing it by the common factor, this equation by 4 and this by 25. It is not necessary, you can go with the same numbers also. But if you divide it by a common factor, your calculations will become easier. Then after that you have to assume the values for 1 by x and 1 by y and solve it, right? So with this we will wind up our today's class. So homework is in exercise 3.6. Question number 1, 3rd, 4th and 8th subdivision, and question number 2, all the 3 problems you have to solve it. I have left halfway, right? So complete the homework and post it in the group. If you have any doubts, contact me. Thank you, students.